The Stranger Things documentary just dropped on Netflix and it reveals everything. Spoilers ahead. They started production while still writing the final season, so if you thought it felt rushed, that's because it was. All they had was the idea of 11's ending, and they were just piecing everything else together as they were shooting. And a big thing with fans was wanting to see some of the main characters killed off. Well, they talked about it. At the first table read for season 5, the Duffer Brothers literally said, damn, we should have killed some of you guys off, after seeing that there was like 30 people that showed up. And the reason for not killing any of the characters off was because they wanted to keep this sense of fun and adventure, and they thought if they killed anyone off, it would just make the show depressing. Another big thing with fans was that there was no creatures in the abyss, and one of the writers even says that there has to be demogorgons and bats in there, and obviously there was. Whether there were no creatures because they forgot or just didn't want to do it because it was going to take too long, I don't know. But also, for the people that were complaining about the final battle being too short, there was supposed to be a midway battle, but they ended up getting rid of it. And this might be why. For just 8 episodes of the final season, they shot over 237 days on 6,725 setups. That accumulated to 630 hours and over 1,000 terabytes of main footage. The production team was stressed out. They had double the amount of sets to make, but only half the amount of time a movie would have to shoot all of its scenes. Mind you, they were setting up these episodes while the Duffer Brothers were still writing them. Like, they literally shot a portion of the final episode without knowing how it was going to end. The documentary also proves that Conformity Gate was never real. When they finished writing the final episode and get to that final table reading, everyone was super emotional, and it didn't feel like anyone was unhappy with the script, but they kept the cameras on the Duffer Brothers at the end of it, and they say end series. So if anyone still thinks Conformity Gate is happening, it is definitely not. That was the last thing that they wrote for Stranger Things. There also might be a hint to the spinoff in there with the Duffer Brothers saying that this ending was like the door to Narnia closing for these characters, but when you see Holly and her friends come down to the basement, it's like this younger cast that might find a door later. And I don't know if releasing a documentary was a good idea, because I liked it, but for the people that were disappointed with the season, I could see them picking it apart even more after seeing the doc.